Hi there, this is Mckenna Canty. I'm a senior at UMass Amherst and an intern with the New Music Alliance, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping the careers of Western New England artists who write original music. You're about to hear my interview with Frank Manzi, a singer-songwriter and performer from Western Massachusetts. Hi, Frank. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me today.
So, I think it was on the week of November 12th or so, your song Tumbleweeds 2 was featured on the New Music Alliance radio hour. So
Very
I was wondering
cool.
if you could tell me maybe a little bit about writing that song or that album, The Bright Corners of the World.
Well, I write with another person. So his name is Donnie Morehouse. Him and I have been friends since we were in high school together.
Mm-hmm.
And so those were his words. Some songs I write, the lyrics to and the music to, and a lot of times we collaborate in his words, and then I take his lyrics and write a song from the feeling that I get from his lyrics, But that song's a rocking song. I know that. I love playing that song.
Yeah. I saw on your social media that you have an album coming out tomorrow, right, on Bandcamp?
I do. It's called Becco Sessions, and this is talking about Donnie Morehouse. He wrote all the lyrics on this record, and I'm dedicating this record to him.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of gives me the lyrics, right, for these records. Mm-hmm. I spend years, sometimes years, with the songs before they get to this stage, So it's going to be all digital distribution, and it's being released on Bandcamp. So tomorrow I'm going to post a link. It's Frank Manzi at bandcamp.com /releases. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that. It's an 8-song record. We kind of did this record differently. It's called Becco Sessions. I have a friend in New York City who owns a lot of restaurants, and up above, he's a big music fan, and up above his restaurant, this restaurant called Becco, which is in the theater district, he let me borrow this it was like a music loft, and
wow.
So I went down there for a week, and I brought Donnie down there for a couple of days, and we just kind of organized the songs that we were going to record. And then I brought my brother-in-law down after Donnie went home, and he recorded them on a small little recorder. So we ended up keeping like 4 of those recordings. We ended up canning 3 of the songs, and we ended up redoing another 3 of the songs. So it's actually 8 songs. So 4 songs that were redone in the studio at what's it called? Spirit House Records in Longmeadow with Danny Bernini.
Yeah, we actually just featured that studio as well a few weeks ago on the Radio Music Hour too.
Awesome.
Yeah, they had some great music that came out of that studio.
Yeah, so it's good stuff. I've been recording with Danny Bernini. Again, we go way back when we were playing in bands back in like 1987. So we go back a long way.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I loved I listened to a few of the songs from the Becco sessions because I saw some of your In the Kitchen series on Instagram and Facebook. I really loved those. I love the acoustic sound of the songs.
Well, thank you. Yeah, like I said, we did this differently, and we tried to keep everything kind of acoustically. They're kind of storytelling songs, you kind of have to sit down, put your headphones on, and kind of pay attention maybe a little, where it's...
Absolutely, yeah, I totally noticed that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and but as far as the songs, I'm very happy with it for what it is, you know, and I made a pact with myself a long time ago that no matter what, I'm gonna keep writing and playing music and kind of just enjoy the journey and not worry about if I make it big or if, you know, because that you kind of can get lost in that stuff, you know.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
So I kind of try to do it for the love of the music and the process of, you know, creating, yeah, exactly, and getting and collaborating with other people and trying to, you know, when Donnie gives me songs, I'm kind of like, where are you coming from with this, you know? And then no matter what, his music, his lyrics, you know, obviously make me feel a certain way when I read his lyrics, because then it becomes mine. You know, it has to become mine for me to be able to really, you know, feel it and have it come across the way it does. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
You're listening to an interview with Western New England singer-songwriter Frank Manzi.
We also on the Radio Music Hour, we also have your son, Jake, is one of his songs featured, Singing to the Wall. I was wondering if you guys play together often, because he's so talented too.
We do. You know, he just went out to Los Angeles for, he left in February, end of February last year, this year. So.
Oh, yeah.
Ended up getting an apartment, moved in with one of his friends, and so they're ready to go. And then all of a sudden, March 12th came along, and March 12th, they shut everything down, and it hasn't been open since. You know,
yeah.
So he just came back last Monday, so he was there for quite a few months, and you know, he spent before he went out there, he spent 16 months on a new recording that he was going to try to release out there. You know. So, because he's looking to get that out pretty soon, because he did a lot of work.
Oh, cool! Good for him.
Yeah.
And I know you've had a great career with music so far. I was wondering if you had any favorite memories or any experiences that stand out of performing live in Western Mass that you really enjoyed.
Yeah, I mean, before I started. My solo thing, and collaborating with Donnie, I was with a band called The Breakdown, you know, and we went from like 1986 to 1991, you know, and those were guys that I grew up with, and one of them's my brother-in-law, and the other one lives down the street from me, from where I live now. And as far as good memories, those were great memories, playing with The Breakdown and my good friends, you know. We toured up and down the Northeast and had a lot of fun growing up in those days. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, small world, I guess.
I know.
And I was wondering how might you describe your music to someone who hasn't heard it before?
You know, I've always had a struggle trying to fit into like a category, you know. I mean, as far as influences go, you know, I grew up listening to like Neil Young, Bruce Springsteen, a guy named Graham Parker, Elvis Costello, guys like Tom Petty, and so. But you know, it's all great stuff, and I'm sure all that stuff comes across a little bit, I hope, in my music, because they were big influences. But I try not to like sound like somebody, and I try to just do what the feel of the song is, you know. And sometimes it's right, and sometimes it's not. And then whatever anybody wants to call it, then they can call it whatever they want to call it, I guess.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't mind whatever people want to call it, you know. But they say Americana, you know, soft rock, folk rock. I'm good with all that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, those are all great. Those are all of the questions that I have. Thank you again. I really appreciate you taking the time today.
Great, Mckenna. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Take care,
Right.
Frank. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Yep.
You just heard an interview with Western New England singer-songwriter Frank Manzi. This is Mckenna Canty signing off for the New Music Alliance, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping the careers of Western New England artists who write original music.